Hello everyone, welcome to Natasha's Story Time. Today we're going to go over 5 books that will take us through the theme of making friends, keeping friends, and how to make friends with people when they're different. The first book we will go over is going to be called Bully, and this is written and illustrated by Judith Castley. The book is written out about a boy named Jack who starts to bully his former friend Mickey. Mickey tries to figure out why Jack is so mean, and the answer is quite surprising, so Mickey tries various approaches to mend their friendship. The illustrations in this book are very enjoyable and relatable for the intended age group, which I would say is preschool to 3rd grade. Although the text is a bit drawn out, the message of making friends and keeping friends is very valuable to this age group. This book would be a great tool in the classroom for teaching students how to make and keep friends. Here is a sample of the illustrations right here. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of text per page. So our next book will be A Dinosaur Called Tiny. And this one was written by Alan Durant and illustrated by Joe Simpson. This book is about a lonely little dinosaur named Tiny who is extremely smaller than those around him and he's so left out and always has no friends. When another dinosaur is in trouble, however, Tiny uses his wit and his size to save the day. The illustrations in this book are fun and colorful and add to the entertaining story. The text is minimal and the plot is easy to follow. The story is uncomplicated and the theme of making friends and being different is very relatable to the intended audience, which again I would say is preschool to about 3rd grade. And here's a sample of this text. And the pictures, there's Tiny down there. Here's another quick picture. Third will be my favorite, Danny Diamondback. This one was written and illustrated by Barry E. Jackson. This book is about a rattlesnake named Danny that no one wants to befriend out of fear. Danny eventually makes friends with a prairie dog, but then is suddenly abandoned when they discover his true identity. The illustrations in this book are very rich and humorous. The text is enjoyable and meshes wonderfully with the Old West setting. The characters are relatable and captivating. This book would be a great tool for a classroom to show that people aren't always as bad as they seem, and don't let looks keep you from making a friend. I absolutely love this book for the illustrations and the text, which is highly, highly entertaining. Here's a really quick picture of that. Our 4th book is called Making the Moose Out of Life. This one is written and illustrated by Nicholas Oldland. This book is about a moose who avoids his friends and enjoying any activities. So finally he decides to set sail, and thanks to a storm meets a tortoise named Tuesday who shows him what making friends and having fun is all about. The illustrations in this book are amusing and very simple. The text is also very simple with a relaxed plot that is very predictable. The book was sweet but really lacked the substance that other books with this subject material often have. Overall, though, it was a very decent book. So here is some of the text, and here is some of the picture. Cute little moose there. And lastly, we have a book called What's Wrong with Timmy. This one is written by Maria Shriver and illustrated by Sandra Spiedel. This book is about a girl named Kate who wonders why a boy at school named Timmy is different than her. Kate soon learns that although Timmy is different, he is still just like her. Although intended for age groups 4 and up, I would say this book is better suited for ages 8 and up. The illustrations are soft and thoughtful. The text, although lengthy, has a theme and a message that is valuable to its intended audience. This is a great book for explaining to children that differences are often only skin deep. And here's a sample of that, as well as the text. So that's it for Natasha's Story Time. Again, those books were Bully by Judith Castley, A Dinosaur Called Tiny by Alan Durant, illustrated by Joe Simpson. My favorite, Danny Diamondback, written and illustrated by Barry E. Jackson. Making the Moose Out of Life, written and illustrated by Nicholas Oldland. And lastly, What's Wrong with Timmy, written by Maria Shriver and illustrated by Sandra Spiedel. Thank you, and I look forward to you joining me again. Have a great night.